Welcome to this episode of Inside Tulsa Athletics. On our show today, we'll be featuring the cross-country coaches from Edison, Booker T, Hale, Rogers, and Webster. We'll also have the softball coach from the Tulsa Booker T Memorial Co-op, volleyball coach from Webster, and the director of athletics from Hale. Stay tuned and we'll be right back with Greg Nash, who is the head cross-country coach at Booker T Washington High School. Welcome back to Inside Tulsa Athletics, and now we have the head cross-country coach for Booker T Washington Hornets, Greg Nash. Greg, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Gil. Appreciate it.
Well, I'll tell you what, running in this kind of weather is pretty interesting. How long have you been at Booker T?
I'm starting, this is my 33rd year.
33rd year. So you've seen a lot of different runners there.
Yes, sir. Many different kind of runners, different type of shape before.
Well, you know, the conditions that we've had this year with excessive heat and drought and everything. Tell us a little bit about how you went through your progression of training for those kinds of weather.
Well, what we did over the summer as it got hotter through the months, we started practicing at 6 a.m. in the morning and try to get done by 7:30. And we had to change our practice routine a little bit and get started early. And we always make sure the kids are hydrated a couple of days before, make sure they drink plenty of water before showing up to practice. And it worked out pretty good, starting at about 6 to 6:30 a.m. in the morning. And then sometimes we had to alternate because some of the kids' work schedule, we started at 7 at night at Turkey Mountain.
I see. So did your morning at Turkey Mountain too?
Yes. We went to Turkey Mountain in the mornings and in the evenings.
I think it's one of the things that you mentioned, Coach, is that people don't realize you have to take a little bit of responsibility of hydrating prior to the time you come to practice to the facility or wherever it is to take care of yourself, because dehydration in this type of weather is crucial.
Yes, you get someone sick, someone injured or hurt. So we made sure if the kids was not hydrated properly, we didn't let them practice. Sure. Because they would overheat. And out there you have to call IMSA, and then you got problems. You know?
The whole bit, yeah.
We made sure that the kids, if they didn't feel well or if they've been working too many hours, a lot of those kids work and they work out in the heat or some lifeguarding, doing different odd jobs, cutting yards, and they're already hot and been out there all day long. So we always ask them, if you don't feel well, you know, if you haven't drunk a lot of water and Gatorade, we ask them not to practice, you know. And
sure.
Some of them said, you know, I've been out there all day. So what we told them is that, you know, just run on their own and just let yourself get hydrated before you get out in this heat, because it was extremely hot.
Oh man, yeah. Well, you get in the hundreds now. I mean, we're talking about really can be debilitating to an individual, and what a lot of people don't realize with heat exhaustion or heat stroke. It takes some time to recover from that. You just don't come back in a week or so. You know?
We always had ice packs and ice out there at all times, you know, to cool them off once they finish running. Give them some type of ice pack to carry with them, or a bag of ice and plenty of water. So we always, me and my assistant coaches always make sure that the kids had the proper things they needed for the heat.
Who are some of your outstanding runners this year?
Got a young man that's a junior. His name's Oscar Yu. He's our top runner this year. His brother graduated, Nathan Yu graduated. He's at Notre Dame, academic scholarship at Notre Dame. But Oscar's one of our top runners and doing very well. He placed second at the Booker T Invitational last Friday. Ran in the 17s in the 5K at the Booker T Washington meet. Done an outstanding job. He's our captain and our leader. Also, he's got a younger brother named Christian Yu that came from Carver, and the three brothers there. And he's in the top 5 as a runner as a freshman.
Gee whiz, yeah, that's good. How are your numbers?
Our numbers in the boys are pretty high. We have about 42 boys
Oh my
out
goodness.
for cross country on the boys. So, you run 7 varsity, then the other rest of them are JV, but we have a competitive events each week, and all of them are getting better, and we got a lot of improvement. The girls' side, we got about 28 girls out there. Aya Palmer is our top girl this year. She's a junior, outstanding young lady. Finished third at the meet, at the Booker T meet last practice. So our girls are young, and we're steadily improving each week.
Are the numbers up since the pandemic?
Our numbers are back. We were down over the last couple of years. We were down the first year or two, but last year the boys had a great year coming back. We went to state in 6A, finished 12th in the state of Oklahoma in 6A. So it's coming back. I mean, the field is coming back, the mood's coming back, and the kids want to be back and are glad to be back. And so am I as a coach, because it got really unbalanced there. Practicing with a few kids here and there and with the COVID. So we had to make a major adjustment, but it's coming back.
Who do you have to beat in 6A?
6A boys, probably one of the schools on the west side.
West side.
On the west side.
Edmond has been pretty tough.
Edmond, Westmore,
Yeah.
all those schools are good.
How about the girls?
Girls, Jinx.
Yeah.
Jinx girls are very tough, very competitive, and they're young. They got a good program over there. So they've been running. They got a good track club over there.
Oh, good.
They're very competitive. We got a good summer track club run by Carl Engel. He runs our summer track club, so does an outstanding job. And that makes a big difference when you got a track club.
Somebody working
during
in
the
the
summer
summer,
and working
you
with
bet.
the kids and that made a big difference the last 7 or 8 years in our program. Booker T. Washington, we've had drastic improvements
Excellent.
over the several years.
Well, Greg, thanks for being here. Good luck. I hope you do well as the season goes on. And when we come back, we'll have Walt Williams, who's the head cross-country coach at Hale.
Thanks, Gil. Appreciate you.
Hey Tulsa, welcome back to the top recycling play of the day. Team Johnson is facing off against one tough competitor, glass.
That's right. Only glass bottles and jars are recyclable. Don't even think about sinking a drink in glass or mirror. Always good to empty your glass bottles and jars before recycling.
These two get it, emptying both bottles from far out, and they remove the lids. Score big by recycling your glass bottles and jars. Learn more at TulsaRecycles.com.
Being an athlete at Nathan Hale's means that you have to be consistent, outgoing, and be dedicated because students at Nathan Hale look up to the football team.
Being an athlete at Nathan Hale has taught me to be confident and disciplined and always to be open-minded and always ready to work with people no matter how difficult it is.
Welcome back to Inside Tulsa Athletics, and now we have the head cross-country coach for the Nathan Hale Rangers, Walter Williams. Coach, welcome to the show, and you have a guest today.
I do. Glad to be here. I have one of my athletes, junior. His name is Xailen Willborn.
Xailen, welcome to the show.
I'm glad to be here.
So, Xailen, what makes you want to run cross-country?
What makes me want to run cross country is I like running long distance. It's kind of what I'm good at. It's like what I enjoy doing.
Mm-hmm.
What I like about cross country is I like running miles. I mean, especially since I'm good at it, and it's kind of difficult, but I kind of like a challenge. So yeah, that's what I like.
How long have you been running?
With my coach, like year, and track in general, I've been running since like probably 6th grade.
Well, really?
Yes. So yeah.
Good. Well, Coach, I know this was a challenge this year with the way the weather was.
Early.
The climate was just not really conducive to consistent conditioning because it's so hot. How did you navigate through that with your team?
Well, the best way is cardio work. We have some treadmills in our fitness center, exercise bikes, so you can get good cardio work in just to keep the legs moving and the blood flowing. And we do light weights. We do light weights just to help build some type of strength base, so that way once we hit the pavement, we have some type of core strength to really push it on. But it was definitely challenging with those triple-digit temperatures, and we find ways around it.
Well, did that slow down your preparation? What would be a normal preparation for
Absolutely.
the cross-country season?
It really did this year. To be honest with you, it really did slow it down because, you in cross-country, you want to be outside. You want to hit the roads, you want to hit the parks. And when it's just not conducive for the kids to be out in that type of temperatures, you got to do the best that you can. So it definitely was an adjustment, and it definitely did slow us down. But we're getting back on track and ready to keep it moving.
You had to alter your practice times.
Yeah.
Different times in the day.
Yeah. If now with athletic hours, athletics school hours, we're able to go inside the fitness center and use the fitness center there with the treadmills and the bikes and whatnot. But if we were outside, obviously we had the guidelines from the district that we had to follow. So we didn't really get a lot of outside work in. A few kids have jobs and things like that after school. So
as far as your preparation for, say, a regular season, kind of take us through the week, how you get them ready if you have a meet on Saturday.
So generally it would be like a Monday would be our hardest day. My goal is to get at minimum, I try to get 60 miles in a week at minimum if possible. It doesn't always work that way. But Mondays is the day that we try to put in the most miles. We have Terrace Park about a mile south from the school. So sometimes we may run there. And then about a mile north, we have a water retention park on 15th Street. So that has a running trail around there. So sometimes we may do that as well. Just to get the run there to those parks, that's the warm up. And then we actually get some good miles in there on those trails. And then cool down is the run back to the school.
Do you have any type of terrain that you prefer for actual meets?
Not really. It's just kind of, I just kind of play it by ear,
Whatever's there is there to go run, and that's
Most of the courses we've been on for the last few years. So, like for example, we're going to Howland Hall this weekend, and we know that that's a tough course. It's probably one of the tougher courses that we do every year. So we may pick up the intensity level in training this week just in preparation for a tougher course. So I may alter the workouts based on where we're going to be that weekend, especially if I've been to the course before.
Makes a difference.
Yeah.
What classification are you in school?
Junior.
Junior?
Yeah.
You look forward to going to college?
Yeah. Yes, I am.
What would you like to major in?
Track.
Track? Well, might not work out.
We were actually just having a conversation in the car on the way here about college, being that I was telling that this is your junior year now. So we're going to start looking into that aspect and start seeing where you might want to go, what you want to study. Well, it's interesting you asked him that because we literally just had that conversation.
Well, it's very important. One of the things when I was in the business, we used to tell our people we take the ACT often and early.
Yes.
So you get a qualifying score or the SAT, whatever it is, and start making plans as a freshman in high school where you want to be, because you got to make those decisions.
Yes, sir.
Well, good luck. I hope you have a great year. Coach, hope you have a great year.
Thank you.
Hope to have you back toward regional time.
Yes, sir.
Kind of know what the teams are we need to beat.
Yes, sir.
And so when we come back, we'll have Barbara Pinkerton, who is the head cross-country coach from Edison.
Hey, Tulsa, welcome back to the top recycling play of the day. Team Johnson is looking to defend their title against aluminum and steel cans.
Bob, most people think of the kitchen for this opponent, but aluminum and steel cans, like empty shaving cream cans, also play extremely well in bathrooms all over Tulsa. That was nothing but bin, Bob.
Wow, right into the bin. Team Johnson has buttoned up another win. Score big by recycling your aluminum and steel cans. Learn more at TulsaRecycles.com.
Being an athlete at Booker T. Washington has taught me to carry myself with class as an athlete, student, and friend, and to have responsibility on and off the field.
Being an athlete at Memorial High School has taught me to be a better person, because when you play sports, attitude is the main thing you have to deal with. Not just your own, but other people's. It also teaches you to be the bigger person.
Welcome back to Inside Tulsa Athletics, and now we have the head cross-country coach of the Edison Eagles, Barbara Pinkerton. Barbara, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Well, I tell you what, the weather has been interesting this year.
Yes, it has.
For any type of outdoor activity, and especially distance running. Now, that's got to be really difficult. Talk a little bit about your preseason, how you conditioned your student athletes, and anything that you had to do that might be different than you've done in the past.
Right. Well, what's great with our athletes this year is, starting in July, we had great participation. We started earlier in the mornings, so we were hitting it when it was a little bit cooler to start getting them acclimated to the heat, to the humidity. We had mornings that were coolish, but that humidity was just brutal. So we always made sure, athletes had water, electrolytes. We started adding in some kind of later in the morning practices to allow them to get used to, again, running in the heat, increasing the distance just to help them get acclimated to the heat. It was a little difficult because towards the end of July, beginning of August, we kind of had that period when we couldn't practice between 10 and 7. So we did some after that, or just kind of waited till school started and then just really eased them in with 7th hour practice.
Was, I'm sure, a challenge.
Yes, yes.
You want continuity in your practice schedule, and when you don't have continuity,
right,
kids don't get comfortable with their schedule is on a daily basis. How long have you been at Edison?
This will be my 8th year coaching cross country at Edison.
Excellent. And you like it, I guess?
Oh, I love it. I'm a runner, so I'm more of a distance runner. So marathons, 50Ks, 50 milers. But I love getting kids excited about running. And my thing is, I tell them that we want them to be lifetime runners. Mm-hmm. So run in high school, yes, compete, get that competitive edge. But when you get to college, when you become an adult, this can be a stress reliever, a great way to stay healthy. Mm-hmm. So all of my coaches are current runners, still participate in marathons, half marathons. So you've got a lot of people kind of showing them, hey, when you're 40, 50, 80, you can still be running.
Run. Yeah,
right.
Yeah, that's excellent. Lifetime activity is so critical, I think, to the mental health.
Correct.
One of the things that we always fought through the pandemic when I was still working was the mental health of our student athletes, to get those people back together to some level of normalcy.
Right.
It might not be really, really good, but it was some level.
Well, and that's what was great, is that even though during COVID we had pods, we had to do masks and everything like that, but these kids, they didn't get to see their friends during school. And so this was one activity, stress relief, get to at least kind of hang out with their friends. That was so great because we were outside. We weren't enclosed.
That was the one thing that I literally harped on every day at the Education Service Center. Is
right.
That we've got to do this for our kids. We were so fortunate to be able to come back that summer.
Right.
We were the only ones in the building that summer. But I thought it was so good for our kids because they did get back to some level,
right,
where they had a relationship with their kid. As you, how are your numbers?
Good. We have about 32, 33 high school, and we have about 35 middle school, actually, cross country. So numbers are good this year with the kids.
Good. And that's coming back from where it was. Yeah, I think our numbers across the district in every one of the programs is
right.
Now,
I mean, we were around 20, 25 and really started growing, started getting some of the other sports, soccer, baseball, doing the 2 sports, realizing running could help their soccer or other sport.
Good. Who are your outstanding performers?
This year, really that's taken off. Sophomore Henry Zellner has kind of just shined on the boys' side. We've got a senior, Jacob Roby, that's been doing great, and then some returning juniors, Garrett and Zachary. On the girls' side, we have a freshman, Jade Burnett, that was great in middle school and has been amazing the past 3 races, top 15. So we're excited about her. And then sophomores, Jade, Rankus, and also Kate Weber that have been doing great this year.
Fantastic. Well, that sounds really, really good. I hope that we can get through this. It's supposed to be warm again this week.
I know. I keep hoping for a Saturday that's cool for one of our meets, but I think we have a couple more weeks.
Yeah, I think it is. I think we'll maybe into October before we get
right
there. But well, Coach, thank you for being here today.
Sure, thanks for having me.
Wish you good luck for this rest of the year, and hopefully we'll have you back before the regional.
Okay.
And when we come back, we'll have Brett Thomas, who's the head cross country coach at Rogers.
Hey, Tulsa, we have a crushing recycle play of the day for you. Team Johnson versus paper and cardboard.
They're starting off slow today, probably trying to figure out what to do with those styrofoam plates, since they're not recyclable.
There's the big play we were waiting for. Boom! Completely empty cardboard boxes dunked in the cart. Score big by recycling your cardboard and paper. Learn more at TulsaRecycles.com.
Being an athlete at Edison High School has taught me to work as a team rather than as an individual. Whenever you're on a team, you have a special bond with each other. You know you can rely on them in a time of need, whether on or off the court. Whether it be a shoulder to cry on or advice on how you can improve, you know your team will always be there for you.
Welcome back to Inside Tulsa Athletics. Now we have Brett Thomas, who's the head cross-country coach of the Will Rogers Ropers. Brett, welcome to the show.
Thanks, sir. Good to be back.
Well, I'll tell you what, we have talked to our coaches that today, I mean, this weather has been really, really something. What type of accommodations did you have to do that you normally don't do in preseason?
Well, the biggest deal is we start school a little later than normal schools, and we try to come in early. We did a lot of early practices, a lot of interval running. I know you're trying to get in shape. Of course, I would give them a list of stuff to do in the summer, some runs, because it's not like a basketball. You just pick it up in a week or so, you got it back. Or football, you got to get acclimated to the weather. And really, more of our meets are after school in the heat than it is in the morning. So, you just do what you can and try to keep kids active and get them outside and get acclimated to it. So,
have you had any meets yet?
We have. We ran Claremore. We were at Claremore last Friday, and it's funny. You kind of get a test of it, and your kids think they're pretty good, and then they go run Claremore. And Claremore's a tough course. It's got some some grades up, and they struggled a little, and it was good. It's an eye-opening, a little gut test, and they did pretty good. My junior high is the one that surprised me. I took 7 boys, and we got 6th. Never ran cross country before, so
oh my goodness,
yeah. Doing really good. So
well, that feeder thing is always important. I mean,
I'm always, no matter what sport, my junior high is the most important because you get them, they get used to me, especially me. I'm probably old school and a little hard, so absolutely, they're doing pretty good. After today, I may go from about 80 to about 10 after today's practice.
Well, it's one of those things. How are your numbers?
Numbers are really good. We do ours a little different at Tulsa Rogers. If our kids want to be in sports, they have to do 2 sports till they're a junior. Once they're a junior, but it kind of helps our numbers. My high school, I have about 45 boys and 25 girls. My junior high, I'm about 70 boys and about 30 girls. So,
gee whiz.
Yeah. A lot of running, a lot of kids.
You got a lot of bodies.
A lot of bodies, but as well as I do, getting them all to do it my way.
Yeah.
I'm a little old school, so,
Well, that's the challenge of coaching.
Well, yesterday the football coach asked me if I was trying to run kids out for cross country. I told him he may have more jointed football today, but we, just getting them used to working. That's
Right.
in any sport. Get them to work and do it your way.
And I think that's a fairly typical thing in our society today is to get people to work. We pay them to stay home for so long.
Yeah. I can't wait till retirement to get to stay home.
Yeah, right. Well, you don't get to stay home, I can tell you. But anyhow, as you put this program together, who are some of your key performers?
Well, I have Neri Canseco. He's one of my runners, been doing it for a while and getting better. Ethan Stremecki, he's another one. And I've got a new kid that came out. He's a soccer player. He said, hey, can I run? And he's a senior. Abraham Velasquez, doing really good. And he's really got a chance to be pretty good. He thought he was going to go out and set the world on fire the first meet. And, he got out a little hard, which he does. And I think that's just typical of somebody that's never run cross country. Got out a little hard when you're running a 5K.
Yeah.
But he was disappointed. But then again, he come in, what I got to do to get better? And those are the kids you want to coach anyway.
Well, he learned from that particular race.
Absolutely. I got a young freshman girl, Martha Chavez, soccer player, got her in cross country, and she's got a chance to be pretty good. Now when you're competing against Bishop Kelly and Claremore teams that's known for their cross country and around here, that's hard. And I try to I had a junior high boy, for instance. There was 111 kids, and he got 7th. He's like, you got 7th? I'm like, 7th out of 111 boys is pretty good.
Not bad.
Yeah,
exactly.
And one at my high school, I had some kids finish in the top 30 out of 70 or 80 kids. So it's a work in progress.
You bet. Well, I think that's it takes time. Patience is a tremendous virtue in coaching.
It is, and especially track, cross country, you don't want to peak too early. You've seen a lot, and I tell my kids, I want your best, but we're going to work to it, and I want your best October 22nd. That's regionals.
Exactly.
That's when we want you to hit your peak.
Absolutely.
I've coached a lot of kids in track, especially that first of April, middle of April, they're peak, and by the time you get to regionals, they're wore down or not. So it's a work.
So you still have the role of assistant AD.
Have that, concession stand manager and whatever else, fundraiser coordinator. Yeah. So yes, it is some hard work, but
your football is off to a good start.
Great job. Levy Adcock's doing a great job. He's surrounding himself with some good coaches, and they're fun to watch. I think some of the issue is getting young coaches spitting some fire, and they've got it. So got East Central coming this week and prepared, and I think it'll be good. I think they got a chance to be pretty good.
Is that homecoming this week?
No, it's homecoming. Homecoming this week.
Yeah.
So
well,
gonna be having a grandbaby in November. So
oh my goodness.
Yeah. It's all the world's just spinning.
I can imagine. Well, Coach, I'm glad you're here today.
Thanks for having me.
Good luck throughout the year, and hopefully we'll have you back sometime. And when we come back, we'll have Matt Watson, who is the head cross country coach at Daniel Webster High School.
Hey Tulsa, welcome back to the top recycling play of the day. Team Johnson is facing off against a tough competitor, plastic.
Don't trust those numbers on the bottom. You have to stick to what you know. Only bottles and jugs found in the kitchen, bath, or laundry. They're quick to pick up. And empty those bottles before sinking that shot.
Always empty your bottles before recycling. Score big by recycling your plastic bottles and jugs. Learn more at TulsaRecycles.com.
I love Will Rogers Athletics because it helped me physically, spiritually, and emotionally through all the journeys I've been through at that school. All of the support staff helped me a lot, and it's just an amazing school.
Athletics at Will Rogers changed my life because it became a second family. With the support of my coaches and teammates, it's helped me gain confidence, work as a team, and will help me in college and in life.
Welcome back to Inside Tulsa Athletics. And now we have the head cross country coach and the head boys basketball coach, Matt Watson, from Daniel Webster High School. Matt, welcome to the show.
Hey, Mr. Cloud. Thank you for having me.
Hey, who is your guest today?
This is Klaudia Ryan. She is a junior cross country runner. She is also pretty versatile. She's participated in volleyball as well as girls basketball and is also one of our key members of student council here at Webster.
Goodness gracious, Klaudia, do you have time to go to school?
Yes, I do. I have a lot on my plate, so I still get through school and be stress-free.
Well, you like to do that, though.
Yeah.
Like to be busy.
Yeah, I like to be
excellent.
busy.
Well, Coach, as you went through preseason with cross country and everything this year, and we know the weather was very unusual because it was so warm. Tell us a little bit about your workout regimen, how you handle that.
Well, I always subscribe to the line of thinking that the early bird gets the worm. So we try to get out early in the mornings and practice. And I mean, we know we're trying to beat that heat. So if we're trying to practice at 1, 2 o'clock, we knew, getting late in the late July, early August, we knew that wasn't happening for us. And so we just tried to get in and make it happen in the morning. And on days we weren't able to do that, just try to get into the facility. And in the Bill Allen Fieldhouse, we actually have a running track up above our seating area. And so we were able to do a little bit of indoor workout as well.
That's good. That's good. Klaudia, how did you get through those really hot days?
Oh, I just spray water on me and go.
One of the things we've talked about is that there's a lot of self-responsibility for hydrating. You got to drink water before you get here to be hydrated. So as you got into the season, have you been to a meet yet?
No, sir, not yet. Our first meet is this Saturday at Holland Hall.
I see. And I understand Holland Hall has a very tough course.
Extremely, extremely tough. This is my second stint as a cross-country coach. And the first time we went there, that was, unanimous among all my runners that, Coach, that was our toughest one.
Is it? What makes that so tough?
I think the terrain is just a little bit different than that at the other meets. It's not quite as smooth. It's a little bit hilly. There's some rocks and some gravel. Yep. And so it kind of requires the runner to adjust a little bit because some is uphill, some is downhill, and they kind of have to shift those gears a little bit.
Literally cross country.
Yeah.
Well, as you get into this year, who are some of your key performers?
Klaudia Ryan, she's probably our star at this point. And then we also have Oshireen Corner is a runner, and she also plays volleyball. She's another one of our students that wears multiple hats, as well as Vashonda Green, Shivari Melton, and Erin Pritchard. So we have really a strong cast of juniors with only one senior there in the mix that we're looking forward to try to help build the program and get it off the ground.
Excellent. What motivates you to run?
Well, running it makes me feel competitive. And it makes me feel like I can go and makes me think straight. And it makes me like, the person I want to feel every day. So when I get out there and I run, I push myself. I push myself really, really hard. And I just keep going. If I stop, I got to keep going. I got to know that I can keep going. That's the main thing that I want, is to keep going.
Good. So how does that tie into your busy schedule? Student council, you're very involved with student council. Tell us about that a little bit.
Well, to be honest, I go sometimes because I have like a lot of work to do. And student council, they're something. It's just, I don't know, it's not really like, a big thing.
What's your favorite subject?
Honestly, I don't really know anymore. It would probably be math, algebra, maybe. Yeah.
I see. Well, that's excellent. Coach, as you look at the competitive field that you're in, who are the teams to beat?
Well, when you get down to smaller classes, you obviously got your small towns, but then you also have a mix of the private schools as well. So your Metro Christians, your Holland Halls, your schools like that, those are kind of the teams to beat in Class 3A, and we know that we're going to have to be on our A game if we want to be able to compete with those teams.
Sure, yeah. In your other role, did you have a good summer with your summer league and all that business?
Oh, no, we had a great summer, great off season.
Yeah.
It was a big change from 12 months ago, which was my first summer. Got kind of the program installed a little bit, and so kids are bought in. They're there. They're excited to be there, and we're going to try to have a lot better second year than we had in year one.
Excellent. Well, you have to be patient, and you build every day, and you get a little bit better every day. What was it Joe Namath said when they asked him when he was playing quarterback? And he said, I can't wait till tomorrow because I get better looking every day. you have to feel that way. You know, every day you wake up, you have an opportunity to get better.
Yeah.
And it's always up to you. It's not up to anybody else but to you.
All right.
Well, we're glad you're here, Klaudia. Good luck
Glad to
on
be
this
here.
year. And when we come back, we'll have Jordan Graham from the Tulsa Booker T Memorial Co-op.
Hey, Tulsa, welcome back to the top recycling play of the day. Team Johnson is facing off against one tough competitor, glass.
That's right. Only glass bottles and jars are recyclable. Don't even think about sinking a drink in glass or mirror. Always good to empty your glass bottles and jars before recycling.
These two get it, emptying both bottles from far out, and they remove the lids. Score big by recycling your glass bottles and jars. Learn more at TulsaRecycles.com.
Athletics is so important at Tulsa Central because it's an outlet for some of our kids there. They get a better opportunity to basically give back to our community.
At McLean, the sports is what mainly drives a bunch of the students to come to school every single day and work hard because they want to be able to come from the classroom to the field or the court and show at what they're good at.
Welcome back to Inside Tulsa Athletics. Now we have Jordan Graham, who is the Booker T Memorial Tulsa head softball coach. Welcome to the show.
Thank
Jordan.
you. Thanks for having us.
Who's your guest?
This is Morgan Mchugh, one of my seniors.
Morgan, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
I tell you, this was a experiment that we started 2 years ago, and how's it working?
I think it's going great. I think with Carver having the junior high team, it's really helped Memorial and Booker T boost up their numbers. Memorial and Booker T are now pretty even. I think Memorial we have 9, and Booker T we have 10 or 11. So I think overall it's helping each program build their numbers.
Fantastic. That's really good. Carver's had a little success, I noticed. Janet Clark is a friend of mine as well as being the reporter for Fox News. But she's really involved with softball.
Yes.
It's good to have the young kids coming through the program. I think it's really important.
It's really helped us a lot.
So how long have you been at Booker T?
I've been at Memorial and Booker T. Well, I've been at Memorial for 3 years,
Yeah.
and the co-op has been. This is our
For
second
2
year
years.
doing
Yeah,
it.
okay. What do you teach?
Right now, I'm at the Road teaching PE.
All right, Thoreau, yes. The program, obviously you play in a very tough league.
Tough, yes.
6A is always tough. Who are the teams to beat so far in 6A that you see?
Enid has stepped up a lot in our district. We have them tonight at 3 o'clock. And then Bixby, Sand Springs, Jinx, always the front runners and stuff like that.
How's your pitching?
We have a pretty good pitcher. Her name's Ella Brown. She's a freshman. She has a lot of growing, a little bit of more experience is needed, but she's helped us out a lot to throw strikes and get off the field quicker.
How do you feel about this co-op?
I absolutely love it. It helps our team in the long run because Memorial doesn't have a lot of girls that want to play softball. So with Booker T, it's easier for us to have a team and we bond really well, and I like it.
I think the camaraderie is really good between the two schools to get together and see other student athletes from different parts of the city.
Yeah.
I think it's a neat thing. We've talked about that prior to my retirement, doing with other sports to make sure that we have enough numbers. I think your numbers sound pretty good right now, co-op. Do you ever see a time where you go away from the co-op?
I don't want to. I think it's really great. I think it's great for both schools. I definitely want to see if we do get to stay next year co-op, then I want to see where we can play at Booker T and Memorial to get more equal showing time at Booker T and Memorial. I think it would be really good for the girls to feel like they have a home
Where
field.
do you play your home games now?
Right now we play at Memorial.
At Memorial.
Mm-hmm. But I think next year, hopefully, we can move some more over at Booker
Well,
T.
I know they have worked on the field over there because Carver plays
Mhm.
over there.
Yep.
So it's not just let go.
Yeah.
As you look at your district, you mentioned some teams. How many games a week do you play in your district?
So September is pretty a district loaded. So I think we have 2 games per week district wise, two dates. Most of the time they're doubleheaders.
Doubleheaders, yeah.
We have Enid tonight. Next week we have Stillwater and Bartlesville. I think the following week, I think we still have Jinx to play. I think that's the end of our season.
Have you got to the point where you could have a JV schedule?
Yeah, we have a few. Most of our non-district games, we do varsity JV just to get some of the girls I've never played before some playing time and some experience. We did varsity JV with Catoosa, Muskogee, Berry Hill will do that with them too.
Good.
So just to get them a little bit more playing time.
What's your classification in school?
I am a senior.
Senior, yeah.
Yes, so this would be my last year.
This is it, yeah.
Yes.
What do you want to do?
I want to be either a pediatric nurse or an obstetrician. I just want to work with kids and maybe deliver some babies.
Yeah, yeah, excellent. Well, that's great. Where do you want to go to school?
I was thinking TCC for 2 years just to get my associate's degree right after high school, and then hopefully either move to OSU, ORU, or even OU.
Yeah. So you have a good plan.
Yes.
Excellent. You got to have a plan. You
Yep.
plan your work and work your plan. Well, we're glad you're here today, and good luck. You're playing a very tough league. The 6A is difficult, and we know that you've done a good job to get this program going, moving forward, and we appreciate that.
Thank you.
We'll hopefully have you back before regional. When we come back, we'll have Lisa Stout, who is the head volleyball coach at Daniel Webster.
Hey, Tulsa, welcome back to the top recycling play of the day. Team Johnson is looking to defend their title against aluminum and steel cans.
Bob, most people think of the kitchen for this opponent, but aluminum and steel cans, like empty shaving cream cans, also play extremely well in bathrooms all over Tulsa. That was nothing but bin, Bob.
Wow, right into the bin. Team Johnson has buttoned up another win. Score big by recycling your aluminum and steel cans. Learn more at TulsaRecycles.com.
Being an athlete at Edison High School has taught me to work as a team rather than as an individual. Whenever you're on a team, you have a special bond with each other. You know you can rely on them in a time of need, whether on or off the court. Whether it be a shoulder to cry on or advice on how you can improve, you know your team will always be there for you.
Welcome back to Inside Tulsa Athletics, and now we'll have Coach Lisa Stout, the head volleyball coach at Daniel Webster High School, and 2 of her student athletes. Coach Stout, would you introduce your players?
Yes, this is Kay Kiris, and her sister Jofarin goes by Kana.
Kana. Kay and Kana. I can remember that. Oh. Well, Coach, as you went through your preseason and got the kids really back into a normal, hopefully normal school year that we have not had for the past 2 years, how did your preseason go, and how was your preparation leading up to the All-City?
It was really strong. We had a great summer league. Everybody was super excited. Went into the regular season. The numbers kind of dropped off a little bit because it was just conditioning. But now we've picked back up, and we have over 30 girls on our roster, which is huge.
Yeah.
Haven't had that in a very long time. And we placed 3rd in All-City. We did very well. We had a key injury in the game for 2nd place. And I'm not saying we would have won if that hadn't happened, but it would have been tightly contested.
Yeah. So as you get into your regular season now, how's the regular season going?
It's going really well. Yeah, we've had a hiccup here and there, but overall they've done fantastic. I couldn't be more proud of them.
Well, girls, what do you think about the season?
This season's gone pretty great. We've had a bit up and downs. We're doing really good this season.
What do you like about volleyball?
Playing with my teammates, they're really nice people, and I really enjoy it.
Yeah.
And getting coached by our coach.
You like your coach?
Yes.
Are you just saying that because she's here?
No, she actually taught me more volleyball.
Excellent, excellent. So, as you, what's your favorite subject in school?
Math.
Math. Oh yeah. And yours?
Math.
So, what level of math? Geometry?
Algebra.
I like algebra.
Okay.
too.
Yeah. Good. Okay. What's your goal as a volleyball player? Just to get better.
Yeah, be great.
Just to be great. Yeah. And what's your goal?
To learn more and be good.
Okay.
Help others play too. They enjoy it.
Well, Coach, in your classification, who are the teams to beat?
Edison and Memorial. Those are the two teams that we've played that we don't have a win against this season. We have them both next week at home. So I'm super excited to get us on our turf.
Sure.
And I think it'll be a lot better.
Yeah, that's great. And your numbers are good. So, how's your younger players? Do you have a good feeder program through the years?
Well, we haven't had that. That's been part of our problem. And getting a hold of kids in the summer and getting them to come out just to work out for conditioning, they never want to do it. But since we've had success, a lot more people have wanted to join the program, and we are building the JV. We didn't have a team at the beginning of the season, but now we have enough for 2 JV teams.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm looking to build, bigger and better, just keep growing. And these 2 are going to be a key part of the next 2 years' success.
So getting those reps on the court is
Right.
critical in game situations.
Yes, because when you get them halfway through the season, what we're already working on with the varsity, it's hard to catch them up. So I think next year we'll do better with JV.
You have other duties here on campus. What are those?
Yes, I just have to make sure all the students and staff are safe. It can be quite challenging
I
day
can
to
imagine.
day.
Yeah, it certainly is. And a number of other things in that realm as well. Well, as you look at your future in education, do you want to go to college? What do you want to do?
I do want to go to college for volleyball too. Yeah.
What do you think you'd like to major in?
In what?
What would you like to major in?
I don't know yet. I'm still thinking about it.
What about you?
I'm still thinking, but I want to do something in nursing.
Nursing?
Yeah.
Very good. Excellent. Well, we're certainly glad you're here. Good luck for the rest of the season. Have the regional will be late in October, and hopefully we'll have you back if you're successful. Coach, thank you for being here today.
Thank you.
And when we come back, we'll have Megan Thompson, who is the head softball coach at Nathan Hale High School.
Hey, Tulsa, welcome back to the top recycling play of the day. Team Johnson is looking to defend their title against aluminum and steel cans.
Bob, most people think of the kitchen for this opponent, but aluminum and steel cans, like empty shaving cream cans, also play extremely well in bathrooms all over Tulsa. That was nothing but bin, Bob.
Wow, right into the bin. Team Johnson has buttoned up another win. Score big by recycling your aluminum and steel cans. Learn more at TulsaRecycles.com.
Being an athlete at Nathan Hale means that you have to be consistent, outgoing, and be dedicated because students at Nathan Hale look up to the football team.
Being an athlete at Nathan Hale has taught me to be confident and disciplined and always to be open-minded and always ready to work with people no matter how difficult it is.
Welcome back to Inside Tulsa Athletics. We were going to have Megan Thompson, the head softball coach from Nathan Hale. She was unable to attend today, so we got the second best person that we could get, the director of athletics, Shane Kynes. Shane, welcome to the show, and thanks for sitting in.
Yeah, we had to make a call to the bullpen, so
Well,
here I am.
I'm glad to see. I hate to see your ankle injury. That was
Getting old is what that is.
Well,
yeah.
I understand that.
Well, not a day over 30, right, Coach?
I'm not in my mind.
Right.
Absolutely. Well, how's everything going on at Nathan Hale these days?
It's going well. We're in my 6th year as athletic director, which is crazy to say.
It is amazing.
Yeah, that's they go by quick, you know, and really been building programs over that time, and working on numbers, working on getting students involved. And that's something that we're really proud with softball. And, not to, step on, Coach Thompson's toes. We wish she could be here today, but she had another engagement. But her numbers in that program have grown a little bit each year.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a joy to see it coming along like it should. Softball is one of those ones that, a few years ago, it looked like maybe going away for us. And now we consistently field that team, hoping to get a little more on-field results, but they're young and they work hard. They finally got a full off season in this year, which how important that can be. And so,
well, I think, and two, ultimately in Tulsa, we have to get our kids where they're playing through the summer.
Absolutely.
That's big, and having had a daughter and now a granddaughter that's involved in that, it is. Time on task is critical.
And you and I both being baseball guys, it's become a year-round game, just like soccer has become over the last couple of decades. Right. And so softball's following suit with baseball the same way.
Yep, it is. You've got to have those reps, and you got to be playing. It's got to play, and that's it's interesting. Sat in the press box out at La Fortune one night with J.V. Haney, and we were watching a regional. We were hosting the regional out there, and when I was at Union, and 3 kids had come up during the course of that game, tried to bunt, and not a one of them could bunt. And of course, JV, being a former baseball professional, was a catcher for a while. He said, we just don't teach kids to bunt anymore. Well, what's happened, I think, if we play so many games, we don't have time to practice.
There is a little bit of that, especially as you get more into baseball. With softball, where we're at right now, we're really hammering down on fundamentals because we don't have student athletes coming in 9th grade who've played 24 seasons of ball. We're starting at the foundation, right. And so we do get the opportunity a little bit to really hammer down on those fundamentals. And I think eventually, as the years progress in this program, that's really going to pay off for us. That's what's going to take us from we're happy that we have the numbers to field it to, hey, we can be competitive here. Yeah.
New turf on your practice field.
Yeah, got some new turf, and it's beautiful.
Is it?
It is. It's it was needed. It was time. After going from the turf that had been on there, and it had been about 10 years.
10 years.
Yeah. And it was rock solid, So this new stuff, we got that laid down, and the kids, they felt like they were in heaven. Tackle me, It's
well,
fine.
it is. It makes such a great difference to have those turf fields because you really inclement weather is non-existent.
Well, and that's part of our bond issue that we got passed. We can take inclement weather a little bit out of the equation.
Absolutely.
When we get our new indoor practice facility built.
Right. Yeah. And what's the timing and the plans on those?
My understanding is a breaking ground next fall, and then a year completion from there.
Yep.
But that's a big get for us, and that's something that Tulsa has a great track record of pushing those bonds through. We're super appreciative. We need something like that.
Patrons have always been very supportive, and we really appreciated that. I think it was important when Dr. Ballard first came 12, 14 years ago, he was appalled that we weren't 100% bonded. We were only 75%. He said, we need to be able to take advantage of this time for our kids, to provide opportunities for our kids. And
Absolutely.
He certainly embraced that and was successful in selling those things
absolutely.
To the public. And that's why probably I've been to a lot of urban districts. I've been to a lot of districts. I don't recall ever an urban district that has the facilities that are urban. There's no comparison between Tulsa and Oklahoma City.
Well, you and I have had this conversation before about facilities is an arms race in athletics from top down, whether it's Division I college athletics, all the way down to where we're at. And our facilities they're world class in Tulsa Public Schools.
They're fantastic. And that's what our kids deserve. And that's one of the things that Keith always said.
Yeah.
Our kids deserve this.
Absolutely.
You know, it's a benefit as a coach or an athletic director to be able to administer those or use those facilities. But it's what our kids do deserve. And I think it's really important. Well, as we wind down here, anything big this week in Nathan Hale?
It's a busy week for us. We've got both volleyball and softball on the road today, so you got to go gas up the truck
There
and
we go.
be hitting
Yeah.
the road.
Absolutely.
And then home opener for football this week, taking on the Skytook Bulldogs.
All right.
So looking for a good game.
Well, good luck. I
Thank
hope
you.
everything works out, Shane, and we'll have you back. And we'll be back after these messages.
Hey, Tulsa, welcome back to the top recycling play of the day. Team Johnson is facing off against one tough competitor, glass.
That's right. Only glass bottles and jars are recyclable. Don't even think about sinking a drink in glass or mirror. Always good to empty your glass bottles and jars before recycling.
These two get it, emptying both bottles from far out, and they remove the lids. Score big by recycling your glass bottles and jars. Learn more at TulsaRecycles.com.
Being an athlete at Booker T. Washington has taught me to carry myself with class as an athlete, student, and friend, and to have responsibility on and off the field.
Being an athlete at Memorial High School has taught me to be a better person, because when you play sports, attitude is the main thing you have to deal with. Not just your own, but other people's. It also teaches you to be the bigger person.
We certainly hope you enjoyed today's show. The 22-23 athletic season is begun, and we will have bi-weekly shows each month to keep you informed and updated on the Tulsa Public Schools athletics and activities programs. We featured on today's 6 of our 9 high schools. All of our fall sports are up and running. Our coaches and our student athletes have worked very hard and are excited to have your support at their games, meets, and contests. All of our schedules are up on the TPS website at www.tulsaschools.org/athletics. Click and find and go down to the left corner and you'll find those schedules. Our next show will be on September the 27th. Stay tuned and we will see you at the games.